10-pin for Clara to begin her day. She won the World Ranking Masters in '05. Member of the Colombian national team, as Tom talked about earlier in the broadcast, for several years.
A great opening shot, right on target, a little bit firm, kind of to be expected with all the adrenaline and all the things that happened being in this arena for the first time. A nice opener.
Clara tries to finish up here, first frame. She'll do that with a 10-pin, just 24 years old. World Ranking Masters '05 champ. And she has a fascinating story we'll tell you coming from South America.
Standard textbook procedure right here. 10-pin right in the face. Probably glad to have that first frame out of the way. Get those jitters off.
Well, Sarah Vargas and Clara-Guerrero met 15 years ago, and they're both part of the Colombian national bowling team. Sarah was already at Wichita State when she convinced head coach Gordon Vatican for the men and women going at Wichita State. Back to Stefanie-Nation now. Trying to stay right in this match. Comes in a bit high, though, and has a 3-6 to deal with for her spare to begin her day. It's a one-game match, folks. Win, and you advance to the next round. In this case, to take on the legendary Kim Terrell for a shot at the championship round. A loss, though, and you're done. Stefanie-Nation using her arsenal of Columbia balls. Columbia bowls the world over. With that Columbia ball, takes care of the 3-6 spare to stay clean in that frame. Excellent release. See how many boards she's moved over to the left to compensate for the angle she needed on the 3-6 spare. Pin for Clara. Now Clara, a Wichita State alum, just graduating this year. Excellent student while she was there. And another look at that 10-pin shot for her. Just misses a strike. Many of the bowlers on our USBC Women's Challenge representing the top collegiate programs in the nation here. And Clara making the long trip from Colombia. South America takes care of her mark there. Life very dangerous and difficult. A daily challenge for safety, and as Clara told us, you have to know which places to go to avoid major trouble with your safety, because you have the paramilitary, the military, the guerrillas, and they lurk usually in the mountains outside the city. She's telling us if you're new to her area of Colombia and don't know where you're going, you may be in major trouble. What an interesting life. Stephanie off the mark. Light hit and a 2-pin.
You'll notice that both of these two are both playing much further right than Kim and Kendra did. And here we'll see. Earlier, the girls were playing in here. Stephanie's in between. Clara is out here. I imagine Stephanie will move a little bit further right, which will get her even closer to where Clara is. And these two will have a battle down at the end.
Tense approach to the foul line. For Stefanie-Nation takes care of it. Third frame for her. She'll have a 3-pin. Well, imagine that. Family back home making those sacrifices. And as both the stars from Colombia told us, that's the way it is in that country. It is quite typical that amazing things happen with families, and the winnings that the bowlers will compile here in the States, Chris, they send back home so they can maybe save up enough money for a car again. She had some great stories about nearly missing class at Wichita State because she couldn't get her car clean from the ice and snow, had to scrape it off. You don't have that in Colombia so much. First time she'd seen snow. That ball comes in high. Luckily, she avoids the very difficult split there. The 6-7, last second, number 7 trips down. And she'll have a single pin conversion. Chris, that's a big break.
That's a huge break there, because the chances of making the 6-7 are probably about 15 or 20 to 1. She actually moved back left, which I thought she would move out to where Clara was, but she moved back left where Kim and Kendra was. There's more oil that's left the front of the lane. The ball's picked it up. The ball's hooking early in there. There's a lot of that oil is now down at the end of the lane.
3 frames complete here in Vegas. Great match. It's all tied up.
Rick Wilcoxon.
Las Vegas USBC Women's Challenge. Here's Clara-Guerrero from Colombia. 4th frame. All tied up with Stefanie-Nation from Orlando, Florida. Looks pretty good, Chris. And, you know, earlier in this event, some of the balls she had drilled were not to the correct specifications. Hurt her hand a bit, didn't it?
It seems to be working out okay right now.
$25,000 as women's high-level world-class bowling returns in this 5-show series on ESPN2. 4th frame.
Tremendous fundamentals of Stefanie-Nation. Solid post up, down the lane, heavy end-over-end roll. The 6-pin kicks out of the gutter, knocked the 10.
Well, Stefanie-Nation was voted the Collegiate Player of the Year by the Bowling Writers. An international competition that includes an event in Guam when she was just 20 years old. She tells us was just an incredible experience. Back to Clara. 5th frame. That ball, listen to it, Clara. It did come back into the pocket perfectly.
Great reaction after that shot.
You see the profile here. Perfect timing, great balance at the foul line. Allows for a very small girl to throw an incredibly powerful shot.
Intense reaction to that strike for young Clara-Guerrero from Colombia. Can Stephanie keep pace? Look out, tough split 5-7. That won't be easy.
As it gets down lane to here, it pushes. Instead of hooking back like we've seen in earlier matches, the head pin goes around, takes out the 2-4, and leaves the 5-7.
Big shot. Goal of the match. Not an easy one. Can't convert. She whiffs on the 5-pin and 8-pin count in an open frame at a critical time. Puts her in a big hole.
This gets right back to that same spot to the right where there's a lot of oil down lane. Anytime there's that much oil down lane, the person playing further to the right will have the advantage when it comes to carry.
There's Yao Tauber, who did the styling of the hair of our great female champions. Part of the Jose Hebert salon here. A great stylist center right here in the mall. It's been a fun experience for him. Ball comes in a touch high on Stephanie, leaves the 4-pin. As the hole continues to grow. Trying to finish up in style here. 6th frame. Takes care of the mark. You know, Stephanie, very intense. Little light moment for her there. Clara way up in this match, 34-pin advantage. She has been just fabulous. Looks for the turkey here. 7th frame. Nearly has it. Ringing 10-pin.
Well, that's only a glimmer of hope for Stephanie because Clara is really lined up now. She seems very comfortable. She's making great shots, and she's really aggressive through the bottom of the ball, getting it through that spot where most girls' balls are hooking too early.
Well, Chris, here, Clara will try to finish up the 10-pin, take care of another mark, and get herself closer to the next round. She has been dominant in this match so far. There's a spare. Stays clean yet again. And some of the others, Cassie Golden, Shannon Plahowski, great female bowlers in attendance, will watch from their front row seat. Let's go back to Stefanie-Nation now, down 33 pins. 7th frame for her. High shot, and a 6-10 left by Stefanie-Nation from Orlando, Florida. Our manual pin setters here, real old school approach on the Fashion Show Mall here in Las Vegas, and a manual ramp style ball return too. But guys, I'm impressed with how quickly that crew's been working. It doesn't seem to delay bowling at all.
No, I tell you, if you couldn't see them from the back, you'd never know any difference from automatic pin setters.
I saw one of the players had a "Thank you, Pin Boys" sign over there on the side.
They've been hustling all event long here.